Hi everybody, it's Patty Ann. Okay, today what I'm going to show you is how I did Snow White, and I kept calling her Sleeping Beauty. Whoops, that was my phone. Okay, for some reason, so move my coffee. What I did was in Design Space, well, I brought her in after I messed with her in Inkscape. Notice I have this white border all around her. And I put that on in Inkscape, and then I brought her into Design Space. In Design Space, I had to break her up into pieces so that she could be a print and cut. So right now what I need to do is tape her back together. So, oops. Okay, let me get my Scotch tape that I forgot. Okay, what I think I'll do first is something that I saw another girl do on YouTube. So she takes her ATG gun, and let's make sure I'm doing this right. That goes like that. And then she just kind of runs it along both pieces at the same time, because then it kind of holds them together temporarily. Then I can go back over here and look and see how this is. That looks really pretty good. I can like manipulate it just a little tiny bit. Okay, so like that. But I don't want to glue it to my table. That was nutto. Okay, what she actually does is this. She puts it together like this, and then she has another piece of cardstock ready, cut. So I'll just use my scissors and cut a piece. And she just puts this on the back here, like that. And it actually kind of reinforces it a little bit too. Just take this piece, and I'm covering up that glue also. Okay, let's see. Oh, that looks really good. Okay, there's one part put together. So now this one's going to go here. So I'll turn this over like this and this like this. And again, I will take my ATG gun and run it so that it goes over both sides, there and there, so that I can put this little piece here on top of it and turn it over in just a second, see how it looks. I really got some glue where I didn't want it yet, so just there so far. Let's turn it over. Okay, that looks pretty good. I need to get some here, glue this guy together. And a piece of cardstock again. I haven't done this before, but it really does serve to reinforce that area also. I'm going to go over the edge, and I can cut that off in a moment. This edge right here. And what I'm really hopeful for is that when I put the embellishments on this, it's kind of, the sparkly's going to draw your eye away from these places where I had to cut it apart. Since in Inkscape I don't know how to cut it apart well yet, I just have to do my slices in Cricut Design Space. Hopefully soon I'll learn if there's a better way to do it in Inkscape. Another piece of cardstock. piece looks. Okay, that looks great. One last one right here. I'm trying to overlap just a teeny weeniest little bit. Okay. And a piece of cardstock. Could have had these cut in advance, but it's okay. Now I did the same thing to the large piece. This right here, the backing. Okay, this is going to be the inside part of the backing where I've added the extra pieces, and this will be the outside of the backing, because I'm not going to have this double-sided since this is just a sample that I'm making. So there she is, and now she'll be ready to put on the backing. Okay. Trim this part off. Here. All right, now what I could have done is I could have mirrored her and done an exact one of her, and actually I think I should do that because Cricut Design Space is still having an issue with this, because you'll notice even though these were cut at exactly the same size, look at the difference when you get down to the bottom. If I line up the top, there is something nutto with that, with the program. It's driving me crazy. Darn it. Well, I'm just going to pretend like it fits just because this is just a sample. So, what I'm going to do now is use my hot glue gun and start gluing sticks onto this one. So, and by sticks I mean popsicle sticks. And since this one is messed up that I already know that, I'm just going to use one of these that I reused. I'm trying to be frugal. Okay. If this were, you know, one that I was making for real, I would reuse these. But I ripped them off one that I had made earlier because, excuse me, I didn't need to keep that item. So this is just adding a nice wooden core that makes it stronger. When I get down here where I glued it together, I really make sure I get a nice weight stick on there to hold it together to make it stand nicely. Okay. Running out of glue stick. Have them right here. So when I made her originally, like I said, I had to do her in Inkscape, and then I brought her into Cricut Design Space. Let's see. And then I had to resize her because I wanted her to be 20 inches tall. It's looking pretty good. Okay, let's see. I need the stick. Let's see where I'm going to make her stand. Right there on her tootsie. Let me get my stick. It's a pretty long one. So let's see if I make her stand up straight. Be like that. Some glue. Have it hang out the bottom a little bit. There we go. A couple more sticks. And maybe one more of these already used ones over here. Okay, let's see. See if she'll stand up. She stands pretty good. Yeah, like one more here. One more across here. Okay, that should be good enough now. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, you can't see her. She stands up. She's going to stand up pretty good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put glue on those and attach her as best I can, remembering that she's not going to match exactly because of the glitch, but I think she's going to look pretty good. So I start up here at the head, putting glue on the popsicle sticks and some around the edges. I don't really like to be able to see in here too much and see the popsicle sticks, so I go through a lot of glue. Do you notice I'm already needing another stick? But I just do the top part first. Now this part's really important because if you don't get this lined up properly, you're out of luck. You only get one shot, pretty much. Okay, that looks pretty good. But you see how this doesn't match here, and that bums me out. But what are you going to do? I'll have to see if there's some kind of workaround. Again, if I was doing her double-sided, this wouldn't happen because they would both be print and cut files. The problem is when you just do a cut file with a print and cut. And Cricut is aware of it because I've contacted them about it, and they think they're fixing it, but they haven't quite fixed it yet. So they're still working on it. Not sure what's going on with my glue gun. It's not coming out very well. What the heck? Did it get turned off or something? No. I'll just have to trim up this part that's hanging out behind. Okay, let's see what is wrong here. There she is, and she stands up really nicely. I think she's really cute. I'm just kind of bummed about the back. See how that doesn't match perfectly? But I'll trim that up later. Now the next thing I planned on doing was I thought I had red ribbon. I was going to make her a red bow, but the only thing I have is this little tiny blue that really kind of matches, but it's not what I want to use. The next thing I'm going to use is this, which I've been keyed into from another YouTuber, and this is using glossy accents for the eyes. Just makes them sparkle a little bit. Okay. And, oh, and a kitty's eye too. And then I'm going to use stickles to help make it shine and look pretty. So if I turn this around like this so I can get at her head and not put my fingers in her eyeballs. So the stickles, you just kind of shake it down like this. You don't shake the glossy accents because it says it might put air bubbles in it, but you can shake down the stickles to make sure that the glue comes down into the tip. So I'm going to put some on, I think I'll outline her bow. It's really going to make her look pretty. And maybe these little teardrop shapes. Again, I got to make sure I don't put my own elbow in my stuff. Got a little bit of a shadow. Very pretty. And I'll think about what else I want to do with this in a bit. And so let's see, I also have gold, which I'm not sure if I would like the gold in here. Yeah, I think I'll put the gold in the darker part. So just shake it down. And actually, since this is the first time I've used the gold, I'm actually going to squeeze a little bit out. There we go. Let's see, I'll start up here. I'm making a shadow with my own hand. Feels like I'm free motion quilting. Hope you can see what I'm doing. That really looks pretty, and it really is, I think, helping to hide those little spots where I glued it or taped it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And now let's see, I have some of this kind that's kind of clear stickle. And I think on some of these little starry things I'll put some of that. I hope I'm not overdoing it. Let's see. I think I'll try one here first just to see how I'm going to like it. Yeah, I think I'm going to like it. Oh yeah. This girl is sparkling. I find the older I get, the more I like glitter. I don't know if it's because you can't see as well, and so glitter really looks pretty, but I just like it a lot. She is looking pretty. I like adding these extra things to make it really stand out. And like I said, I really would have liked to have put a bow in her hair. Maybe I'll tie a blue one just so you can see how cute it will look when I get the thin red. That's probably enough of that. Okay, I'm going to just tie right quick a bow here. Why? I forgot. I put the extra glitter I was sampling on the on that. Okay. So I'm going to get about 12 inches. It's probably way more than I'll need. And then I'm going to use this tool. I think I've shown this before. If anybody wants one, my son makes them and sells them. They're about, well, they are $9, which includes shipping. It has a little base and the two pegs, and you can move them. So what you do is you put this, I think I want it smaller. I bring this from the back to the front, cross right over left, and then go under everything as if I'm tying my shoes, kind of like, and then just bring it back to the front and tie a knot. And that just makes the sweetest looking little bow. And it's done. Take out one of the pegs or both. I mean, really, isn't that just the cutest bow ever? Hopefully you can see it, because it truly is. Then I would use some good scissors. I don't know how well these will trim, but I'll give it a try. There we go. So now if I had a real bow, I mean a red one, I would have put the red bow right here, glued it into her hair just to give her some extra dimension, or maybe into this guy's hair. I just think it would really be cute, and I like adding extra dimension. So what I need to do now is I need to trim off the back because it's messed up. But other than that, she is done. Whoopsie, sorry. Let me put her in her stand. Show you how she's going to look. Don't want to get my fingers in the glitter.